To tell you the truth, if I would have seen the title to this video early in my career, I would have likely skipped this video. I am not a minimalist and I enjoy my luxuries. Whether you're just starting, barely scraping by, or whether you already have a tremendous amount of success in life, let me show you why this is such a critical question to ask yourself. I learned this lesson the hard way. I'm going to share with you my journey so that you don't have to take a similar route. One day, while going through a tough period of my life, the following question popped up in my head. How little do I need to where I can still be fulfilled in life? At that time, my business success had taken over my life and it had thrown my life out of whack. Now don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved what I was doing and was very proud to have achieved such an amazing level of success. Serving my clients was very fulfilling for me. However, an abundance of success also came at a big price. Here's a snippet of a video of me a few years ago. I was 50 pounds heavier at the time and on the threshold of being diabetic. And my mother had just passed away from complications of diabetes a few years prior. So that diagnosis really concerned me. At that time, I took next to no time to take care of myself. I missed out a lot of my son's life and I was on the edge of losing so much which I valued. My family, and if I wasn't going to take care of myself, even my health, and worse, my life. The success and the income that came with it, and the toys that once looked like nirvana to me, no longer were that. It was almost like I'd been chasing a false dream. At one time, I believed that success and money automatically would create all the answers for me in my life. I just had allowed my life to get severely out of balance. I discovered the price one can pay of one part of your life dominating everything else. So there I was, successful in most people's books, including my own. However, I had the experience that I wasn't any closer to mastering life than when I started my path towards success. I actually felt like I slid backwards as I remember the days when I struggled and barely made it each day, and I was more satisfied, proud, and fulfilled than I was in that moment. It was time to reevaluate. So while by myself, I made my first list answering the question, how little do I need to where I can still be fulfilled in my life? I made a list on which I added the following. Well, I definitely need a nice home. I need a nice car, traveling and vacation to distant countries to discover new cultures, landscapes, and foods. Definitely good food for myself and my family. I need great clothes for all of us. No, not too many. It'd be nice to have a second home in the country one day, etc., etc., etc. Now, afterward, when I watched my list, I was surprised about how much was on it. I realized I actually had not even answered my own question. I pretty much wrote everything down that I could ever want. So I did that exercise again. I asked myself if it could be fulfilled living in a tiny little studio apartment with my family. Now, I had to think about it for a while, but the answer was yes. It would be really tight. It would be challenging, but it wouldn't affect our ability to be fulfilled. I redid this exercise and recreated my list several times over until I just have it down to the bare essentials. And it's still a work in progress, but I'm left with the following list. All I need to where I can still be fulfilled in my life are, I need water to sustain myself. I need exercise and movement to keep my body as healthy as possible. I need a meal once a day, preferably the equivalent of a healthy salad, to not overeat. I need a healthy relationship with myself and with life. I need some humble clothes. I need a safe place for me and my family to sleep. I'd like a good education for my son to prepare him for life. We need protection from the elements when needed. We want friends and family around us. I want to be a contribution to others, adventure and growth, and the pursuit of dreams. I need restorative sleep so that I can be present and alert the next day, and so I can function at full capacity. Those are my essentials. And whenever I have those in order, by all means, I should be thriving. Most of the items can be achieved without a lot of money and resources. How much does a salad cost? I can find good clothes at discount or thrift stores. Even the most expensive item on my list, my son's education to prepare him for life, could be accomplished through homeschooling. Isn't it ironic that at home we need all this stuff, and when we go on vacation we're thrilled to pare it down to a pair of swimming trunks and a toothbrush? Going through this process reminded me of the day that I walked through one of the poorest neighborhoods in the world, and I saw bigger smiles on the faces of people than I ever saw in affluent cities. When they acquired their meal for the day, their day was a win. They had reason to be proud, and if they had extra, they would share it with you. In affluent cities, many of us have lost touch how uncomplicated living can be. Now, do I want to be that kind of minimalist? No. But if I ever had to, it wouldn't impact my ability to be fulfilled, content, or happy. It is okay to have more than just the basics, even a lot more. But just be very cautious with excess, as there's a big price to pay for it. And I'm not talking just money. We often pay for access with our energy and with our peace of mind. Again, if I have my list in place or even more, I have everything I need to relax about my life. Now, how ridiculously small is that list? And why on earth was I at all worried that all these years that I would be able to keep my head above water? So if that's all we need, why do we acquire and surround ourselves with all this stuff and the impact of it? What's the impact on our energy and health? What is the impact on our peace of mind? What is the impact on how effective we are with the limited amount of time that we have? Not paying attention can rob us of the quality of our lives. What is causing this behavior and lifestyle? Copying and having bad habits, following what our parents did, what others do, without ever questioning it. Feeding our egos, saying yes to way too many things without even thinking about it. Fear, avoidance, resignation, boredom and laziness. Not paying attention or questioning things. Putting too much emphasis on career and success. Living under the assumption that success is the answer to much of life's problems. These are first world problems. They're problems of access, just like type 2 diabetes is for me. However, the great news is that it's easily reversed when we start paying attention. I now enjoy greater health, have much more time with my family. I lost 50 pounds. I'm enjoying my work and my clients so much more. I highly recommend that everybody ask this question for themselves to know what their baseline is for their fulfillment. It has changed my life. So ask yourself the question, how little do you need to where you can still be fulfilled in life? I so hope this video will show you that you're way closer to having everything that you need in place than you ever thought. It may even inspire you to pare down and simplify like I'm doing now. Remove some of the non-essentials in your life that consume way more than what they provide, so that you're able to create more time to do the things you love, spend time with the people you love, and save the planet in the process. Mahatma Gandhi said, "The world has enough for everybody's need, but not for everybody's greed." If you know anybody that can benefit from this video, I would so appreciate it if you would share it with them. And if you like more content such as this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell to be notified. I look forward to see you in the next episode where we start to delve into fulfillment, and I share with you why I prefer to pursue fulfillment rather than happiness. I look forward to see you next time.